Welcome back to another episode of Extreme. My name is Zach.
My name is Joey.
And I'm neither of them.
And this is a podcast where we dig deep on your favorite video games. And apparently we don't say our names.
Yeah.
At least some of us don't.
Yep. Fine. I'm Adam from outer space because I won't bet.
Yeah! I'm glad that you've leaned into it.
I told you I recently figured out that's why you call me Adam from outer space. Because I listened to one of our podcasts.
Oh, you did?
Wow.
I did.
Wow. One of 3 listeners.
One of 3 listeners. Ratings are going up, my friend.
You really boosted our...
Ratings
You boosted our
up.
listenership by 33%.
That's impressive.
It's wonderful. Bringing up the
Hey,
average.
there you go. Positive trends. So yes,
Yep.
we're continuing along our venture here with Captain Smiley, and
Yes.
we're moving into the 3rd comic this time. Cutie,
Fourth.
kid.
No?
It's the 4th? Oh, the
Well,
the
Act
first
4,
one.
Act 4, but it's 3rd comic, yeah.
Yes, Act 4.
It's the last one, right?
This
yeah.
is the second to last one, I think.
The penultimate.
Yes.
Oh, right.
This is the last comic that we feature in.
Right.
And then I think the last comic is our comic.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in Cutie Kid Cupids this time. And if you haven't guessed by the naming convention, it is a Japanese manga. It is actually a shoujo manga, if you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Shoujo manga, for those of you who are curious, is a manga where the characters are overly emotionally expressive.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So as an example, it's like if we were in a shoujo manga right now, and you were upset with me about how, we keep saying that you're Adam Furman from space, you would just kind of go off and get like angry, like steam would come out of your ears, and you'd be like, "Oh, Zach, I am so upset with you!" Like that. That would be like your normal response
Right.
to that situation if you lived in a shoujo manga.
Right. You mean I wouldn't have the hearts that would come out of my eyes?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
if you loved the idea of living in space, then you would be like, "Oh, I love space," and your eyes would be hearts, and then somehow now you would have 3 hearts, and I think that makes you like a cow. Don't cows have?
Do cows have
No, they have
eyes?
4 stomachs.
Do they live in a shoujo?
No, they have 4 stomachs. I'm getting them confused.
I always get that confused, too.
Yeah. I don't know if they have 3 hearts.
Isn't there something that has multiple hearts? Like some animal?
It's called this podcast.
That was
Manga.
beautiful. You can't see it because we're in an auditory medium, but my eyes actually turned into hearts.
I saw it.
Aw, thanks. Can somebody help me, though? I can't see anymore. How do I turn them back into eyes?
I don't know. iPhones are so
Zach,
weird these
stop.
days. You just say something and hearts pop up.
Oh, God, this is terrifying. We need to go to a break. I need to fix this.
All right.
Ah! And welcome back.
Sup.
Yep.
I feel the energy, the excitement for going into Cutie Kid Cupids.
Yeah! Comic number 10.
Just say that like
Second to last.
10 times fast. So,
Cutie, kid, cute.
No, don't have to do it.
probably wouldn't work out so well.
All right.
But,
Yeah.
you know what also didn't work out so well? Apparently Brad tried to steal all of our money and run away with it to create his own comic, because apparently that's everybody's idea.
Classic Brad.
That's cool, though.
That's
I'll give him a
classic
pass.
Brad.
I'd give him a pass on that.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great comic.
Yeah, I mean, classic Brad. But the problem is, he went into this manga to try and make a little more money, just so that he had enough. and he absolutely hates it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not like living in Manga World.
It's really good.
Joey approved.
And now he needs our help, and we have to go get our money back from Brad.
Yes. On a unicorn.
On a yes, and now, so then we jump into Cutie Kids, Cutie Kid Cupids Volume 10.
That's not fast enough.
Cutie,
Zach.
cutie, cutie, cutie.
Oh my God.
Cutie, 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 cutie.
See, it's not as easy as it sounds, is it? It eventually just turns into...
THEXSTREAM.
That should be our next contest. See who can say
Saying
it the
Cutie
fastest.
Kitty.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the comic itself, Volume 10, released 1998, according to them. It uses a transliteration of Japanese to English. So here we go. This is going to be very hard to read because it's transliterated. So
Perfect.
it's not
Can you-
proper
can you-
English.
Can you do it in your William Shatner voice?
I can try. We'll give it a shot. Coco and Nana declare loving also Bradley. The ship navigator, smiling unhappily,
Wait a minute, that's
wanders
Christopher
without
Walken
finding.
voice.
I just wanted to go do Christopher Walken. Just
Get
let me
outta
do
here.
Christopher Walken. You know what?
Who do you
William
think we
Shatner
are?
really easily treads into Walken territory.
Yeah. It was
They both
in and
talk
out there.
They both talk very like slowly and methodically.
You just walked into Walken territory.
Oh.
I mean, it's hard not to walk in there.
All right, give it a little more. Give it some Scooby Doo and a hint of Shaggy, and I think we're good to go.
And some Scooby Doo. No, how about I'll do Shaggy and I'll Shaggy alone. Like Zoink Scoop, Coco and Nana declare loving also Bradley. And ship navigator smiling unhappily wanders without finding.
I think that's pretty good.
There, did I get that now? Did I win?
I think you did.
That was great. Without finding? What?
Without finding? Yes, it's transliterated, so it makes absolutely no sense. You know what also makes no sense? The fact that when we get our manga costume, we look like Discount Cloud Strife.
Yeah.
I love the smile on the star's face.
It's very like,
Delightful.
oh! It's even like tilted to the side, like, oh! So yes, they explain actually when we get into the manga that it is a shoujo manga and explain what that is, hence why we talked about it earlier. But the characters also are very, they speak English, but that's the thing. I don't know if they're supposed to be speaking English and Smiley just doesn't understand them even though they're speaking English, or if they're speaking Japanese and he just doesn't understand Japanese.
Right.
And everybody else does. It's not quite clear.
Or he's just like so confused about the situation. He's just like,
Probably
what's going
the
on?
latter.
He speaks like really, really slow for them to like try to understand. But
He's like, "Hello, I am finding Bradley.
Gradually.
And, we are looking for Brad."
I think they should have kept their voices in Japanese.
That would have been
honestly.
kind of funny if you put like
Yeah.
subtitles at the bottom.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been
then you
that would have
would've
been
been
true
reading.
Japanese.
You would have been doing a lot of reading, like Azure's.
They
or
probably
whatever
would-
the game was.
yeah.
Gunvolt.
But I mean, you're already reading the speech bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd probably have to
So
do
why-
like more research to actually get Japanese in this game.
That yeah. I mean,
That's a little
you could
too
just like
much
run it
work
through
for
like
them.
a shitty. You could run it through like shitty Google Translate, and that would even probably be funnier.
Yeah, that's true.
It turns out to like not be what they're saying when you actually know what they're saying. Anyway, then we have to go and find Brad, but they give us their magical flying unicorn named Pling Pling.
Pling Pling.
who sounds like a stereotypical gay person. I don't know why. Is it because he's a unicorn and he's got rainbows and then hence, gay or something?
Yep, I think that. Yeah.
But I mean, the thing was before, in the 1960s comic, it made more sense to be racially insensitive towards Chinese people because they hated Chinese people and women back then. But now, this was like 1998, and I don't know if they were making... Well, hold on.
Okay.
Friends was pretty, like, 1998, right?
Friends? Yeah, it's pretty 1998.
Yeah, it was nice.
They had,
I don't know.
they had some pretty, like, stereotypical gay characters in television shows then, right?
Yeah.
This is
Like-
this conversation's going to be doing wonders for my political career.
Was Frasier gay? I don't know. Was that were they supposed to be like that, or were they supposed to be like the highfalutin people?
I don't remember their sexuality.
You guys have like jumped off the boat of this conversation like 10 seconds ago. You're like, bye Zach, tread these shitty waters yourselves. It's like, no way, we still have to talk about the comic. Okay. Either way, I'm a little put off. But the game, you know what's more put off though?
Gays.
Let's just... No, wait, don't stop listening to the podcast yet. Wait, we're going to talk about games, I swear.
Oh, games.
That does not
Okay.
express the views of this podcast.
So, let's talk about the gameplay. It's the exact same thing that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Great, we talked about it. Moving on.
Except you're on a
No,
unicorn now.
it's not. They're
You're-
going
I do have
from right to left.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
true.
The gameplay completely shifts.
That was like the biggest... You know what? Go home.
I mean, that's probably just like a button that they clicked.
They did this where they just kind of turned it around.
Yeah, they put a negative sign in front of the...
and a positive sign.
Yeah.
They moved the screen movement from here to here instead of here to there. Either way, there is an actual gameplay problem that I have with this particular comic. It's about the fact that it's in black and white because it's it's supposed to be a manga,
Right.
but then your thin line of bullets is
You can't see
very
them.
hard to see.
Especially like the lines across the screen that make you seem like you're going, like moving.
Yeah.
They look just
See,
like
that's the
bullets.
problem. Exactly, that's the thing. When you have a black and white background and the foreground is also black and white, and the thing you're supposed to be paying attention to is also black and white, and there's no differential between, there's not enough differential between the foreground and the background for you to distinguish what's happening,
Yeah.
or, you can't aim that well. So you have problems, seeing where you're shooting because there's barely any impact animation on whether you're hitting it or not. And then the animation shooting off of the gun is non-existent.
Like, did they do that on purpose to fuck with people? Or...
I don't know.
I think they were just kind of getting lazy.
That's the thing. I don't know if they were getting lazy. It seems kind of like they were trying to stick to the theming, but at the same time...
A little too much.
Maybe it was
Stick
in
to
color
it.
at first, and then they accidentally put it in black and white, and they're like, that's pretty hilarious. Let's just keep it. And then didn't look at what effects it had on the gameplay.
Maybe, I mean... I don't know.
There.
I mean, we were talking a little about this before the podcast started, where, Adam, you made a good point about how I feel like they put a lot of their effort more into the front end of the game, because I really liked the beginning. It really went out strong with the intro and with Nanok, and I thought those two were great.
Right. It's like when Joey releases an album, he puts his first song is the best 30 seconds, and then the rest of it is just like
Sucks
a baby
balls.
wailing
Yeah.
for like an hour and a
Hey,
half.
don't give it away.
That's a secret sauce.
Now I'm going to have to find a different sound effect.
God, at least you didn't give away the secret sauce for the podcast.
No, I didn't. And Joey, that album drops soon.
No.
Don't cash a check your guitar can't cash.
It drops out of a window.
He dropped it out of a window, and yes, you're not allowed to listen to it.
Nope. It drops out of the window along with that baby.
Yeah.
Oh, you're allowed to give me crap for what I said before, but you're allowed to play the stereotypical Chinese theme song?
That was me.
Wah, wah. Oh, man. Okay, let's get back to talking about the game.
Yeah.
So, we talked about this also before, but again, they call themselves out in-game by saying, a lot of the stuff in the manga seems out of place. Like, they've never seen or done manga before, and they're just kind of putting in random stuff to fill the pages. And I mean, again, we've talked about this before. Just because you say the thing doesn't mean it's okay to do the thing. That doesn't give you a free pass to do the shitty thing. So, like, it's just the thing, we talked about this before. If you're gonna do that, then very quickly after you say that, transition to something different.
Yeah, just stop right there.
Just stop.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't lean on it, and then let that be the theme for the rest of the episode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You lean into something completely different. You have the genre of Japanese manga, the most creatively weird genre of comic that I can think of. Like, they put random shit in all the time. Giant tentacle monsters, like fucking whatever. An octopus that becomes your best friend. Like, what? Like, you have so many things you could do.
Did you notice that, like, when they enter, like, their high school?
Hold on, we're going to talk about that in the next one.
Yeah.
Save that for the next one.
That's number 11.
Yeah, we're only on number 10.
There's a lot to talk about with that one.
Oh, yeah.
But there is something I want to talk. There is something good that I saw throughout this volume.
Is it the kid's
this
face?
chapter? Well, it is the kid's face. But before that, there is a good amount throughout the transitioning of the difficulty in this section. There's a good amount of pain variance, if you will, where the difficulty increases by throwing more variety of enemy as opposed to more volume of enemy, which they would have done before.
I like how you coined that. You coined
pain variance?
Pain variance. Yeah. Anyway, go on. I interrupted you.
Thank you.
Is that a new word?
Well, pain variance was a word that I made up to describe when you have conveyance, but there's no safety net in the beginning.
That might replace funnily enough for me.
Because conveyance usually starts off with a section where you have a safety net, so to speak, so you can understand the mechanic in a safe environment, and then they test you. But pain variance is they just kind of throw you in with no safety net, and then it still gradually gets harder.
Yeah. Beautiful use of the language.
Mm.
Thank you.
Good job, Zach.
Thank you. But I do like the pain variance of this area, because before, when we were in the other comic, they just threw more volume of things to make the difficulty scale. But this one actually threw variety as it went on, which I thought was great. That's a good part.
Yes.
Another good part is that giant child's floating head.
Yeah. Whose child is that? Is that, like, one of the creators' children?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be, like, the creator themselves, though.
I think
As
it's like a childhood picture of one of the creators.
That haircut's pretty old.
That's true.
Oh my god, it was so great.
Yeah.
It was like nearing bowl cut levels of hair.
Yeah. Like somebody just put a nice salad bowl on that.
Oh my god. You know that's what happened. But anyway, this child's head has two main attacks. It has booger missiles that look weirdly like sperm. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah. They kind of fly around like sperm.
Yeah. Just like, it's like weird. It looks like, the technical term. It's like,
Paul, if you're listening, you should slow that down.
We don't know if we'll have Paul this week. Paul's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
Paul's a busy man. We can't rely on him all the time. But there's also speaking of rocks, there's also vomit mines that the kid burps out.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what that is? I didn't know what those were.
They look like mines that you see in like submarine movies, you know, where they drop it in the ocean.
I thought it looked like, you know, like coughing from Pokemon.
Coughing.
I mean, kinda, yeah, I can see that. I know. Oh, on a completely separate, completely different note. You know how they're making a new Pokemon game, right?
They're always making a new Pokemon game.
No.
Right. So they're making a new one on the Switch. And I saw a screenshot of their new coughing, and I just want to call it out. It looks so goddamn great, and I don't know why they didn't do this before, but they gave them smog mustaches and smog beards and a smog top hat. Like, that's so fucking perfect. I love it.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, wait.
Look up, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield wheezing, I guess it is.
Wheezing?
Yeah. It's got like a mustache that's made out of like smog. It's so great. Oh my god.
Sweet. Oh, and it's a big top hat.
I know, right? It's fantastic.
Why?
Look this up
Why
if you guys
does it have a
when you
top
guys
hat?
check it out. Because why not?
I think it was supposed to be a chimney, and then it turned into a top hat for them.
No, it's an allegory about fossil fuels and the people who do it, and oh my god, it's beautiful. I love it. But yeah, the boss is relatively easy, and then we sing a song because Pling Pling died.
Yeah, that was really weird.
We send his soul to heaven by singing, and the weird noodly soul goes up to heaven, and I hated that.
That's so sad. That's so sad. You know,
and that's the end of
Paul is our Pling Pling because he carries this show.
He does.
Except he doesn't.
Pling Pling.
He doesn't die.
He died this week.
Yeah, this week he's not here, so I don't know.
And then he'll come back, just like Pling Pling did.
So do we need to sing a song to like send him to like Pling Pling area levels of like Japanese heaven or something?
Yep.
All right, so let's sing us in a song. Let's sing ourselves out. You ready? Here we go. That was lovely.
Wow.
That touched my heart. And my eyeball hearts.
That was avant-garde.
We started recording a while ago. I'm still currently recording right now.
Are you not recording at him?
Welcome back. Welcome to Cutie Cutie Kid Cupid Volume 11. And thank you guys for listening again. We really appreciate it. We're not done, but I do just want to say that we're appreciating of you guys listening. Apparently Adam's just decided to not record.
Yeah.
So,
you guys,
I don't know when he's going to actually pop back in. Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Are you back?
Is that you?
I was going to give you a lot of compliments on that song, Zach. I thought that was a great 20-minute jazz bebop solo that you did. That was really talented.
Well, I'm pretty sure we told you about like 2 minutes ago that we started recording, and you just refused to hit the record button, so we just decided to move on.
I said recording out loud. I'm pretty sure I did that.
Yeah. If you don't trust me, you should trust Joey.
I trust him the least.
That's probably good moves. Yeah. All right.
So let's talk about Cutie Cutie Kids Cupid Volume 11.
Okay.
With the 1998 version here, with the description that reads as such. Do we have any requests for voices to do this?
You use your own.
I think I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger, so let's hear Arnold Schwarzenegger talking Cutie Cutie Kid Cupid Volume 11.
Wait, how long do you think it's going to take before he switches to Christopher Walken?
Within learning house, mournful surprise, Brad's gratefulness in Smiley assist. Cupids are mostly disappointed, filled with anger. Never. He never switches to walking.
Good job.
That was the answer. Thank you. So yeah, if you caught any of that, we're gonna save Brad now. But we have to run through the school first.
Okay.
And now we can talk about the school.
I don't want to talk about it.
So the school's mascot is Tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, manga. Yeah. And,
Isn't it called, like, Hentai High? Is that the school's name?
Nope, it's called Hentai.
Hentai. Yes. Very clever.
So yes, if you say it quick enough, you are correct in the correct pronunciation of what they wanted. Do you get the joke? It's because you know Japanese people and tentacles and hentai.
Hentai.
There's always been some sort
That's
of
the joke.
struggle there between, you know, the two. It's a very big part of the culture. So
Yeah.
There,
and
yes.
I'm
so now
I'm
we
looking forward to witnessing it firsthand when I go to Japan in November.
You're going to Japan?
Wow.
I'll bring you guys back a tentacle.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Pick us up something that we can talk about from Japan.
Oh, I will. There's a.
We're not going to talk about a tentacle.
We might.
I'm just putting that out there.
Could be a pretty
I think
cool
we are.
We'll
tentacle.
spend one episode talking about your tentacle.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
God. Well, I mean, now it's starting to get sexual. So, moving on.
How good is Brad's
we end up
monologue?
about getting out and all these people. And do you have the monologue up? Because I don't remember it.
I have one of the lines.
All right, hit me.
Dude, sometimes lotus petals will just appear out of nowhere and rain down, but only on me.
Oh, Brad. You're too cool for the manga. Oh, my God. But yes, we end up saving Brad, but the cutie kid Cupids are not happy that we're taking away Brad, so they swarm us and try to kick us with Street Fighter moves.
Yeah. Good job on them.
Yes, there's some pretty intense moves.
Some of them know Ryu's Tatsumaki Senpuken and Guile's Sonic Boom kick, whatever it's called. And then one of them knows the classic Street Fighter move of Fart Tornado.
Fartnado.
You know, that classic Street Fighter move where E Honda, the giant sumo man, just crouches over, takes a huge deuce, and creates a windstorm. Did that happen, or did I imagine that in some fever dream?
I kind of remember that. I didn't realize that's what it was, though.
I thought that's what was happening, but then again, I was very sick. It's a fartnado. I mean, that's my nickname, so, you know, what am I going to say? But something I also forgot to call out. The gameplay is the same, guys.
Same.
It's the same. There's nothing else to talk about.
Now you're in a high school.
Now you're in a high school, and instead of punching people, you have like a Keyblade style Kingdom Hearts sword.
Yeah, they never even attempted to explain that.
Yeah.
No, but it's weird because when you hit people with it, it sounds like you're hitting them with a baseball bat, not a sword.
Right. Well, it's not a sword. It's like a just hunk of metal or something.
So it is kind of like a big baseball bat.
Yeah.
So that's fair. The budget couldn't afford for a real sword.
Right.
Well, the budget afforded for a real sword in Nanok, but in this one, no, I guess not. But yeah, honestly, there's not much gameplay-wise to talk about because it's the same gameplay we've talked about for the past two things. They don't change anything up. No new enemies, no new nothing. Well, we talked about the new enemies because they have, like, Ryu kicks and all that shit, but that's about
We
it.
can talk about the boss.
Yeah.
Yes, the transformed, whatever this monster thing is.
Yeah.
What do we think it is?
I don't know, like a teddy bear?
But it has like 6 arms and antennae. I think.
Never had a teddy bear
true.
with 6 arms.
No, I had a teddy bear with 8 arms, but never
You had a
6.
teddy bear with 8 arms?
Maybe those little arms are supposed to be tentacles.
Maybe it wasn't a teddy bear. Maybe it was a stuffed tarantula.
Oh my god.
And maybe it wasn't a stuffed tarantula. Maybe it was just my giant pet
What
tarantula.
childhood did you have?
And maybe I didn't have this and I'm just making it up.
No.
It could be.
Or maybe I did.
Maybe you have it right now and it's right in my room. Ah!
No! No, God, get out of here, Frederick! Get out! Frederick, no! No, I'll feed you later. Get. God. You're so needy. Okay, so can I just, like, recap my fight in this? Because it's honestly hilarious how bad it was.
Yes.
Okay, so here is the play-by-play of my fight with this transformed spider bear thing. Ground pound, cry, 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 ground pound, tail sweep, cry, cry,
Did you
dead.
write this down?
Yeah, it's like, is this your new book of poetry?
This is my new slam poem called Disappointing Boss Fight.
Ground pound. Cry, 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 ground pound, cry.
That would be a genius slam poem. Slam poem? Can you say that?
Clown
Slam
poem.
poem.
I like the clown poem.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk about my clown poem for the day.
Left.
See,
A.
Zach, if
Up.
you...
B. Down. C.
You just like write down your exact
Yeah.
movements.
See, if you could post that
B,
to Craigslist, then
up.
we could actually read it.
B up. A. Half A press. B. Right. Right joystick. Left. C left.
Toggle.
Cry.
Pause. Take a sip of water. Unpause.
Cry. Debate the meaningless of existence. B left. Right. A. Pause. Drink water. Monologue. Okay, but that was Cutie Kids, Cupid number 11, and my budding monologue.
That was beautiful.
That was really good. When are you going to go perform?
Give it like 12 years, and maybe I'll consider
Okay.
it.
I'm
Alright.
gonna put it in my calendar.
Yeah, let's
Put it in your calendar.
schedule that.
Put it in your Google Calendar. Skeleton scan. Yep, schedule it in.
Right.
But actually, while you're scheduling it in, let's take a quick break and reach out to one of our sponsors.
Oh.
Alright.
Welcome back to another episode of Craigslist Missed Connections. And your host for today, the ghost of Bob Dylan, singing, "You used to quote-unquote find me and quote-unquote catch me."
Catch me.
This was a long time ago. You were tired of being neglected at home. We were both married. You were an incredibly beautiful, mature woman. And I am a man. We began playing a game of catch. I would give you clues where I'd be or park, and you would find me around the Kendall area. Depending on the game, you had to perform a duty. I lost your contact info.
no.
If you see this message, let's do it again. Post ID 6963461594.
Man, I can't believe we got the ghost of Bob Dylan to come on the show. That's...
I know, he's always screening my seances.
He sounds a little different. Maybe we didn't get Bob Dylan. Maybe we got like Rob Dylan.
Yeah. Robert Dylan.
Yeah, we got Robert Dylan, who was
ghost of Robert Dylan.
He was
him again.
Yeah, well, he's easier to get a hold of.
I guess.
What are you gonna do? Speaking of what are you gonna do? Cutie Cutie Kid Cupid's Volume 12.
Huh, Robert Dylan's a urologist.
Oh, well, maybe that's why he doesn't sound so great.
Oh, and he's in Manhattan. That's great.
Good for him. Let's talk about the volume. Released in 1998. Let's give a quick overview of the book here, and I'm just going to do it as my own voice because I've run out of patience.
All right.
Wait, why don't you do it as Joey's voice?
Because we sound the same.
What? No, I sound like this. Like.
You want me to make it more nasally and?
Yeah, you gotta make it more nasally.
I can't tell who is who now. Our listeners have no idea.
Amazing return.
Amazing return.
Amazing return. Lolo in helping Smiley against supreme effort. Cupid's in retrieve Bradley. But power level of he takes invincibility.
Hee.
God damn it. I hate reading transliteration. I feel like I'm getting dumber when I read it.
That's just what's happening naturally, Zach.
But you know what is definitely becoming dumb? The fact that this is basically a carbon copy of Volume 10. Even to the point where Pling Pling is back and no longer dead.
Pling Pling is back. You fight the same boss.
It's the same thing. The only difference now is that sometimes you fight a bus full of high school girls.
Just like real life.
Just like in real life, you know. I know you guys can relate. Hashtag relatable circumstances. But yeah, and then you even fight the exact same boss from 11. The only difference now is that the cutie kid Cupids are throwing magic garbage at you, so that you can't stay in the same spot.
Yeah,
and they heal the boss 3 goddamn times, which makes it super fun.
It's so long.
It's definitely not a tedious fight at all. It just doesn't drag on too long at all. No. It's not like maybe you should have stopped after the second one.
Right.
You didn't really need it. You didn't even need it the first time.
Yeah.
But then, since you're technically fighting the Cupids, the person who was fighting you initially is now on your side, and they distract the Cupids so they can't heal the monster anymore.
Did they just reuse the scenery?
Maybe. I mean, it's
basically
very possible. Yeah. So, I don't know what else to talk about. This is all the same. We've already talked about this.
How does it make you feel, Zach?
It makes me... I'm like a Jewish mother. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, that's worse.
And you have a vagina.
Don't tell people about that. God, I'm keeping it a secret. It's for me to know and... Well, I guess now 5 other people to know. But that's the thing.
I count as one of those people.
You know what's hilarious? We haven't talked a ton about the gameplay of this section. Not just this comic, but this whole thing, because it's just...
Right.
There's nothing that it does to build on itself. The only big building difference is maybe the new enemy types in the second one, but that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing new that this does gameplay-wise that makes you continue to be invested. So
Right.
I'm really hoping that this last part here really hammers it home and fucking nails it.
Oh yeah. I
Also,
think,
there was some talk about, like, now the main villain can go and make, like, raunchy comics for perverts or something like that. I don't know, man.
With more
What?
tentacles?
With a lot more tentacles. and they have-
More and improved tentacles.
yes, and now they have to hide these comics behind, in the adults-only section where only raving perverts go. But that's all we have. What?
How is that section, Zach?
Yeah. What?
Tell us about it.
It's pretty nice. They have comfy chairs.
They have come to okay.
They know why you're there. But that's about it for this episode. I don't know, man. This is the problem with digging into certain games. Do you really like them with some of your nostalgia goggles on? But then sometimes ripping them off violently makes you see the reality behind them, and you're sometimes left a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not done yet. The game is not over. It still has one arc to redeem itself. So hopefully it will.
more
Do you
arc.
think it's going to redeem itself?
I don't know. We'll have to find out in the next episode of the Extreme at Extreme.
That sounded like you
Same
forgot the name
extreme
of the podcast.
channel.
Same extreme time. If the uploading fucking works this time. But thank you guys again so much for listening. We really appreciate it. If you want to reach out to us, there's a plethora of ways to do it, but the only way that I genuinely look at now is the email. So if you want to get in touch with us, check our email. It's theextreme@gmail.com. That's ITSTHEXSTREAM@gmail.com. That's ITSTHEXSTREAM@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Indeed.
We'd love to hear from all of our plethora of listeners.
Look, just because I took the SATs for a reason. It's to sound smart for moments like this. Otherwise,
Zach,
why did I
you're
take the
pronouncing-
SATs?
You're pronouncing plethora wrong, okay? It's called placenta.
Can't wait to hear from our placenta listeners.
There, that's the one. We're ending. That's it. That's the one. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Bye.
Woo!